the 3-time sexiest man in Millington, Johnny Harden.
What is up? What is up? What is up? Welcome into a little Johnny Radio's happy hour. We got so much to talk about. We got so much fun to do. Y'all know what today is. It is Friday's Eve. That means it's Thursday, by the way. Kind of like Christmas Eve. I like to call Thursday Friday's Eve because you know what? I could be closer to like, I'm kind of like, what am I still saying? I'm 27? No. I'm a little bit older, but I'm still like a big old kid. And I love the weekend. I love Fridays. And when I get to Thursday, I feel like a little kid on Christmas Eve. Hence, Friday's Eve. We are getting that much closer. And every Friday's Eve, we talk with Isaac Simpson on the happy hour. It's going to be fun. We do that at 2:25, 2:30-ish. We got Hardwood today. That means it's moved up at 2 o'clock. We're going to give it to you because it feels so good. We're going to give it to you a little bit early today to get you ready for the weekend. And by the way, I'm sure it's ladies' night everywhere and all over the place. We love ladies' night. We love Thursday. I do also have to mention, y'all know at 5040 Sanderland, always got to remind you, Interim Restaurant, best restaurant on planet Earth. I mean, lunch, dinner, everything, like top class. But don't forget, Monday through Thursday is a key. From 4 to 6, you can get the Johnny Radio Happy Hour special. And I'm talking about that's 20% off anything from the bar menu and anything from the bar. It's out of control delicious. Check out 5040 Sanderland, Interim. They are the bomb diggity. But we got so many great people who love our show, and we got a lot to get to. Don't forget MemphisFarmers.com and my man Chad Gatlin. But yesterday, the Memphis baseball, the trade deadline closed. It ended. See ya, trade deadline. So I'm going to talk some trade deadline. Don't you know? You know what I'm going to talk about? Some winners and some losers. And I'm going to say there's a couple words for the day. Are you ready for the words for the day, Gabe? All right, children. Here we go. Word for the day. Squadoosh. A lot of teams won because other teams did squadoosh. Okay? So when you don't do squadoosh, you know what? There are other teams that win, and I'm going to explain. So basically, if you don't know what squadoosh is, for those out there who are going, what are you talking about, Mr. Harden? I'm going to say it's addition by inactivity. Does that sound pretty good? Squadoosh. Addition.
I thought you were going to be like, it meant like they didn't do diddly. Like they didn't do anything.
That's what I'm saying. Addition for another team,
but
by inactivity. They didn't do squadoosh. That's
so
inactivity.
you're saying they helped themselves by doing
No.
Another
team was helped.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Addition for somebody
that's what
else.
This year's
that's what I'm saying.
That's like
addition for somebody else because you did squadoosh because you were inactive. So I guess, I'm sorry, I didn't explain it well enough. My bad, Gabe. I apologize. And I know that if Gabe had trouble understanding me, and he's pretty good at understanding Harden, I know a lot of y'all probably didn't understand either. So thank you for helping out the people. What I was trying to say is it's addition for other baseball teams, and I'm going to name those baseball teams. Like the Yankees didn't do squadoosh to help out their starting pitching. The Braves went out there and helped out their bullpen. Luke Jackson was their closer. Now they got Shane Green. You got Mark Melancon back there. You can put Luke Jackson in a more comfortable position. Their bullpen got a lot better. Don't forget Chris Martin. There's a lot of things that happened. Now, if you look at what the Braves did, you can see that they did good things. Now, Yankees, squadoosh. Red Sox, squadoosh. A lot of teams, squadoosh. One team that didn't do squadoosh. Oh, yeah, and the Braves, the team that I was waiting to do something for the Braves to match them, and I never saw it. And this is where my first squadoosh came from, was the Dodgers. I thought for sure they were going to go out there and bolster their bullpen because they were bad like the Braves. This is a team that's been to the World Series year in and year out. I thought they were still going for it. They've been competitive. Every year, by all accounts, it feels like they've gone for it. This year, what did they get for their bullpen? And this is a bullpen that was as bad as the Braves, who I've been making fun of for weeks. But I honestly didn't make fun of the Dodgers because I always thought the Dodgers were going to make a move.
And I really don't understand the point of them going out and getting Jed Jerko either.
Squadoosh!
Like, what was the point?
I
don't get it.
Squadoosh! I got to say, Alex, you are, it's hard to say, and Anthopoulos. He's the dude who basically is running the Braves right now, and he's the one who got Keuchel and Green and did all these things. And I've got to say one thing. I'm sorry I didn't trust you, bro. I'm sorry I've been beating up the Braves. I didn't know you were going to go out there and add Shane Green. You waited till the witching hour, Holmes. Do you realize, like, it was like we were going off the air, and I was like, time out. Braves did it. They did it. They got a closer. You know, I mean, it was like, wait till the last minute, why don't you? But no, congratulations. And again, the other teams didn't do squidoosh. I'll talk more about this. I'm sorry. I get fired up when I talk baseball. And I'll tell you one more time. Dodgers, squidoosh. Astros, Braves, they did a lot. The Astros did so much. I'll tell you more about it. But what the heck happened to the Yankees and the Red Sox? Squidoosh!
The entire NL Central.
That's another good point.
Squidoosh.
Squadoosh.
You say it better. I can't say it.
Squadoosh. But anyway, people, we're having a lot of fun, and I want to tell you right now, do y'all realize that we have something going on tonight? I know I love to talk baseball, but are you ready for some football? A little Friday's Eve party. We got, my man back, don't we? Isn't he allowed to sing Monday Night Football again?
Who?
Hasn't he been forgiving Hank?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
Dead gummit. You need to find these things out. You
should have. Hey, we've been sitting over there for the past 10 minutes, man. We could have figured it out.
Can I ask you a question? You know my brain? I write all these things down, and how many times do we talk about the things that I write down?
They come and they go, man.
But anyway, I got something to make you feel a little bit ready for some football. Listen to this question asked to one of my favorite people on planet Earth. And if you can speak a little bit of coon, I bet you understand everything he said. But if you don't speak a lot, the other video that I'm going to play for you, you won't know.
First one you can understand.
The first one you can understand. The second one, honestly, thank you for the person who actually did send me a message and explain to me what it was that was said. And now that it was told to me, if you listen closely, you can figure it out. And we are going to play a game. First, we're going to play the first one to have fun and get you ready for some football and also blow your mind. And then the second one, I'm going to give you till 2 o'clock to text the First Bank text line with the actual right answer of what he says, because I have it, and I will tell it to you at 2 o'clock what the correct answer. And then we'll play it again for you after I tell it to you, and you tell me if you now actually can understand it. But first, Ed O, baby.
Yes, sir.
Coach, you got a 12-game season. Mm-hmm. The SEC schedules 8 of them.
Yes, sir.
You pay one of your staff $500,000 a year to schedule 4 cream puff games.
How about that, huh? Hey, and he's worth every dollar. How about that, baby? How about that, All right. Anybody else?
I got one, Coach. I got a question for you. So, how do you feel about this year's season, Coach? Gabe Kuhn, do you have Coach O for me?
What do you mean?
I want to ask Coach O one more question.
You do?
Yeah, I want to play this video.
Okay.
And this is the video that I want you to listen to as careful as you can, because you have till 2 o'clock to send me the correct interpretation of Coach O. Coach O, how you feel about this year's season?
And I'm glad you didn't have that Rafa Salafusa who never got past number 1.
All right, Coach. Now, I'm going to let y'all, because I'm a very nice person, I'm even going to play it twice. So, Coach O, do you think LSU's got some good running backs this year?
And I'm glad you didn't have that Rafa Salafusa who never got past number 1.
I could do this all day long because I'm an idiot.
I think if they're gonna guess, we need to give them one more, right?
All right.
Last one.
All right,
Last one.
ready. Hey, Coach, who's your favorite? What's your favorite movie?
And I'm glad you didn't have that Rafa Salafusa who never got past number 1.
Good luck, people.
Oh gosh.
67129 is our text line. 67129 is our text line. We will be telling y'all, and I will read to you thanks to a person who literally said this to me in a tweet. I speak Coon really well. I got this. And he sent me the interpretation. And then after I read it, I actually understood
I heard
what he
it
said.
once I read it, I heard it.
It's amazing. It's going to blow your mind. And at 2 o'clock today, during Hardwood, you are going to actually understand Coach O in a way that you never thought you'd understand him. But no, football season. And the reason I bring this up, how many people out there realize that we have football tonight? Did you know that there was football tonight, Gabe?
Here's the thing is I texted you. You're calling me out because I texted you this. I forgot the Hall of Fame game was tonight, man.
It's easy to forget that it's August 1st. I mean, I knew it was August 1st, and here's the first thing I thought was Bills, and then the second one was, dang, we got football already. I'm like, oh God, who is it? And then like the Falcons and the Broncos.
Falcons and Broncos.
Yeah, it's like nothing great, Yeah. I just kind of remember. I
wonder, is Flacco going to go?
By the way,
Flacco
Falcons are
go
2.5 point favorite. First, I need to know.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I'll look it up.
There's some degenerates out there that really need to know. Okay, we got to help them. Could you imagine you're out there freaking out, need to know the line? We got to be that. We got to be there for them.
Do we? Though,
I feel like Coach O sometimes.
Yeah, Yep. Broncos are 2.5 point favorites tonight.
Oh man,
and the over under is 34.
Broncos are a 2.5 point favorite?
Yes, sir.
Oh wow, I thought the Falcons were.
Nope.
Ooh, I was close.
Because maybe Flacco's going. I doubt Matt Ryan will play. I highly doubt he will play.
By the way, it's been funny because I don't think he is playing, because if you have noticed, he was trending earlier on Twitter. And I was laughing because everybody who's basically a Falcons fan or not a Falcons fan was crushing Matt Ryan. In all honesty, do you think Jaguars fans would have killed for Matt Ryan over the last few years?
Yeah. They have honestly now.
I mean,
I'd have him over Nick Foles.
There's a lot. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people, but it was funny. Did you see he literally was trending? And I looked it up earlier on one of my I don't know if you have it. It's a great app, and I'm gonna drop this one out for free to people. Have you ever heard of Smart News? It's a great little app. Like, you get to pick the things that interest you. Like, you like football, baseball, like all the things like that. So you don't like politics and you don't like put all those things. They don't send you all that stuff. So when you open it up, you actually see sports or puppies. Like, you pick the things you like. I got sports and puppies. So it kind of
What's that? The Puppy Bowl they play before the Super Bowl?
Yeah. It used to be the Bud Bowl back in the day, yo. And by the way, y'all never saw when they brought the cord out there, like the refrigerator Perry. You couldn't stop that 40 ounce. He ran up the middle like nobody's business, yo. He made those little 12-ounce bottles look like nothing. It was like watching a 2019 player playing against a 1964 player. 200-pound lineman back then, today like 230-pound running backs. Please. That's what I was saying, man. That was one of the best. I missed the Bud Bowl. 67129. I don't know how I got on the Bud Bowl, but let's just be honest. Why did they take that away from us? I actually think you could bet on it back then, which is also kind of sad. I don't know if this is just, again, I still never was answered about LA Fitness, so maybe I was lied to. Nobody has actually sent me a thing. Like, I'm really wondering.
We never got that answer.
Nobody answered. I'm still shocked.
So we'll do it until we get an answer. We're gonna have to put it out there every day.
Like, in the 90s, please tell me that my girlfriend and like the ladies that I know in my life didn't just lie to me and say, "No, John, you can't go. It's an all-women's fitness center." Like, that would be pretty sad, wouldn't it?
It just does not seem like a smart plan.
Doesn't seem like a very good business plan to like take half the population out. Oh, we're going to sell burgers, but only to if you're 7 feet tall. I mean, think about that. You ain't going to sell a lot of burgers, homie. But anyway, I don't even know how I got onto this, but I need to get back to where I was going. But we do have football tonight, the Hall of Fame game. That is kind of exciting. And we are going to talk, of course, a lot about basketball with Isaac Simpson and the Memphis and the Grizzlies, the Tigers. We're going to talk Tiger football. I'm going to explain to y'all during Hardwood what Coach O said. But right now, I need to explain to you the winners and the losers, why I say squadouche is the word of the day. And we really do have to have a conversation together. And I'm going to let, Carl and Gabe, if y'all want to jump in and talk to me about it, I want y'all to look at the Yankees and the Astros, if you could. And, honestly, be honest with yourself and ask yourself, what in tarnation were they doing? The Yankees, have you looked at the Yankees starting rotation? Have you looked at their starting 9 or their starting 8 that they run out there from first base to third base, from left field to right field, from center to short and second to catcher? I mean, they're up the middle strong. They're strong on the left side of the infield, the right side of the infield. Tell me, where's the weakness for the Yankees other than their starting pitching? I don't see one. So can you tell me what Cashman was doing? Because I don't know what the hell he was doing, and that's why I'm saying it's squadouche, baby.
Well, CeCe? When's CeCe going to be back?
Dude, CeCe's back, and CeCe looks like you can tell why this is the year he's retiring. CeCe's ERA, I believe, right now is around 5. In fact, I can pull
4.78. He's 5-6 with a 4.78 ERA.
And
so yeah,
that ain't gonna get you to win a playoff game. I promise you.
I don't know
right
what
there.
they were doing.
So I feel bad. And Ian Happ, again, I've already told you, and I hate to do this to just the poor fella. Like, what'd he do? He gave up 3 runs in his last game. Do you know in the last 2 weeks, 14.1 innings. He's given up 11 earned runs, but yet he still got a win because of, gosh dang, man, when he gave up 6 runs, they scored 12. See what I mean? Like,
wow.
Like,
Tanaka is basically their guy, and he's got
a rubber band holding his arm together. Okay? His elbow is so close to being he's so close to Tommy John surgery, it's not even funny, man. So, I mean, I don't even know if you can really count on him. So I don't understand how you can have, and I'm being serious when I say this, murderer's row. And that is not an exaggeration. If you look at that lineup, tell me where the weakness is. Like, when you have Aaron Hicks or Brett Gardner or Didi Gregorius or Gleyber Torres batting 9th, are you bleeping kidding me? DJ LeMahieu, the most underrated addition to a team who's become the best leadoff hitter possibly in the American League, even better than George Springer.
It honestly makes no sense how deep they are in the infield. It makes 0 sense.
They
have so much hitting. It's just like, I don't know why they wouldn't make a move for starting pitching. It's so obvious.
It is so. You're exactly right. It is so obvious. It makes probably Yankees fans a little bit crazy. And I don't understand how Brian Cashman has his job. You look at the Astros. Do y'all remember, people, that they were actually considered a small market team once? Did you know that, Gabe? A lot of people, they're the favorites to win the World Series. I want you to hear what I'm about to tell you. They're going to roll out Justin bleeping Verlander. And I ain't even talking about Kate Upton. I'm talking about baseball. Justin Verlander, Garrett Cole, and yes, Zach Greinke's their 3? Do you know who Wade Miley is? He's now a specialist and a long reliever for them. Tell me that team isn't good. And by the way, I had so much fun listening to, I love listening to all the shows from CJ and Peter to Greg and Eli to Sports Time with Wolo and Stats. And yesterday they were talking about, baseball, and they were comparing, like Chris Bryant and Alex Bregman and who you would rather have. And they were going through these lineups, et cetera, et cetera. And yes, the Yankees team has got what I call murderer's row. They can hit a baseball like nobody's bananas. But over in the AL West, this Astros team, I want you to think really, really quick. Because you can say to yourself, Aaron Judge. Oh, man, remember Giancarlo Stanton and da-da-da-da-da-da. Yuli Gurriel, is a weaker hitter for them. He's their first baseman. He's batting .299 with 20 home runs. Alex Bregman, he's their third baseman. He has 26 bombs. He's batting .260 with 63 RBI. Michael Brantley's .321, their left fielder, with an on-base percentage of .382 and a slugging of .516. I'm telling you right now, they also, I didn't even mention their best two players, the little guys right up the middle, and Carlos Correa and Jose Altuve. And when you got Correa back rocking and rolling, it's going to be nasty. And Altuve, he's sad to see July go by because he was hotter than a firecracker last month. He's hitting it. George Springer's coming back. I mean, this dude.
What you can't act like is they can't hit. You can't act like they can't hit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like maybe their lineup is not quite what the Yankees is, but it is right up there, and their starting pitching is absolutely destroying what the Yankees have.
Okay, and I haven't even finished, by the way, Gabe, because this is going to make you laugh. I was just kind of telling you the names you knew because everybody knows Correa and Altuve. They know them. They don't know maybe Yuli Gurriel at first. And for some reason, Alex Bregman, who I honestly believe is a top 5 third baseman in this entire game, and you have Jose Altuve, you have, I mean, the third base is so deep, it's not even funny, but I think Bregman is that good. Look at this young man. He's 25 years old out of LSU, and he can do everything. He's got 26 bombs, 63 RBI. At year 25, where he's at in his progression, it is unbelievable. Again, Yordan Alvarez hasn't been mentioned. This is their designated hitter, the guy that I think will be the American League Rookie possibly of the year if he keeps it up. What has he done since he's come up, Mr. Kuhn?
Have the stats right here in front of me.
What has he done?
He is batting .326, 12 home runs, 36 RBIs, on base percentage of .413.
In 35 baseball
and
games.
135 at bats.
In 35 games, 36 RBI. Not bad, dude. Kid, keep on knocking it out, man. He's pretty good, isn't he? And this is, and they go out and add Zach Greinke. So do you understand why the word squadosh is the word of the day? Because what did Boston get? Did you see Porcello have a meltdown yesterday? Dude went crazy, too, by the way.
It angered me, too, because he broke the TV.
By the way, why are you breaking
a
a television, Holmes? Do you know, people like TVs?
Come on. He better buy those, too.
He
better replace
by the way,
those. I'm sorry. And maybe people think that's a little thing, but that's just, why do you have to be destructive?
Can I just
What's
be honest
the point,
with you?
Man?
It makes you look like you are mentally
soft.
Yeah. And yes. And it also, to me, kind of makes me almost not even trust you. I'm like, dude, what's Holmes' fault, man? Why is he freaking
honestly,
out so bad over, this?
It's almost Bauer-like.
Oh.
Just being real. That's just...
You know what, though? I do have to say the guy had a Cy Young year, and it was, he won, 17 games that year. Boston was great. He had great defense behind him. Ooh, I could talk baseball all day. I'm getting late. Well, listen, I'm going to come back. I'm going to talk a little bit more baseball with my man, Gabe Kuhn. We do have to talk a little NFL. And again, the word of the day is squadouche, an addition by inaction. I do on the other side. I talked a lot about the American League and how I think it's now, Yankees and Astros. And I don't know how the Yankees are going to figure out how to get some pitching off the waiver wire, but they sure better get creative, if you know what I'm saying, or pray some other teams cut ties. What the Mets did, I have no idea. Diaz can't pitch. They didn't get anything for Syndergaard. Why'd you have Stroman? Maybe they're going for it. I don't know. But I do know one thing. We're going to have a lot of fun on Johnny Radio's Happy Hour right here on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM.
Start your day with a Peter Edmiston experience with CJ Hertz right here on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
If you've always thought, hey, I'd look pretty good in a Lexus, well, guess what? Lexus thinks so, too. Lexus is offering you the Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Great offers on all 2019 models and special lease options. Drive in luxury and confidence, knowing that every new Lexus comes with complimentary first and second maintenance services. Stop by Lexus of Memphis, 2600 Ridgeway, and put yourself in the driver's seat of an all-new 2019 flagship LS500. Hey, you look pretty good there. Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event at Lexus of Memphis. Experience amazing.
Driving is freedom. The freedom to keep moving, to control your destiny, and to choose your path. And now that freedom fits in the palm of your hand. It's called Ford Pass, the only app that gives you roadside assistance, Ford Pass rewards, and now when you buy or lease a new Ford, earn points you can use toward flexible complimentary maintenance that gives you, well, more freedom. Ford Pass, built to keep you moving, built Ford proud. Visit your participating Ford dealership to find out about getting flexible complimentary maintenance when you buy or lease a new Ford and sign up for rewards.
Roadside assistance is included for certain Ford owners and available to everyone for a per-service fee. Ford reserves the right to change program details without obligations. Visit your participating dealer or FordPassRewards.com for program rules and restrictions. Ford Pass, compatible with select smartphone platforms, is available via a download.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
Hey, is this thing on? Hey everybody, this is John Stacy. I just wanted to let you know the Blue and Gray Show, brought to you by Tiger Paws Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning, is coming back. That's right, our first show will be Sunday, August 4th at 5 p.m. We'll be doing what we've done for 5 years now, Talking Tigers with Tigers. Every Sunday evening during the season, we'll bring you 2 hours of Talking Tigers with some of the best to ever wear the blue and gray. So join us on the Blue and Gray Show starting August 4th at 5 p.m. on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
What is up? What is up? Welcome into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. I hope you're having a beautiful Friday's Eve, getting ready for the weekend. It's coming. Can you believe it's August 1st? That means it's not just like another month. The time's flying by, 2019. Heck, Christmas is going to be here before you know it. Don't forget, though, Turkey Day, because that's my favorite one. You know why I like Turkey Day the best, by the way, Gabe?
Football?
Nope. It's
Why?
the best holiday because you get to meet all your family. You get to see everybody. You get to eat. You get to drink.
Okay,
and you
I
don't have
figured-
to buy presents.
I figured that went without saying, the whole family part. But I was like,
But-
football makes it even better. You can sit on the couch with your family and watch
But
football.
the best part is not buying presents.
Yeah.
Like,
I can
Christmas
do
is
that.
hard, yo. Like, Santa Claus, you need to step up, Holmes.
Now that we're in August, though, like, football is just in
Yeah,
full gear
it's
now.
about to be here,
Tigers
baby.
reported today to camp.
Yup. Tigers are reported. In fact, are we going to be able to go out tomorrow?
So
Can't decide.
I think I need to make a call, but I think we're going to be out there.
All right, checking out and see how everybody's doing. Let you know how all the position battles are going, how the season's starting off. But anyway, we need to tell a little bit of before I get to this. I'm going to tell you we're going to talk a little NFL in these two segments. We got Gordon, whose agents requested a trade from the Chargers. That's been obvious. I've told you about Bell talking about how he wanted to apologize to his fantasy owners and blah blah blah. We need to talk about the Broncos tonight. We need to talk about the Falcons. We also need to talk about the quarterback situation. And we're going to do all of that. And we're also going to talk about, is Lamar Jackson really going to be a revolution to the NFL? Or have we seen this before? Or is he different than Michael Vick? What is Lamar Jackson? I need your help. 67129. Is there anybody like Lamar Jackson? Is he new to the game? Does he have a chance to actually take the Broncos somewhere? Will Mark Ingram make a difference in them? Lots of questions and more. And the other thing I wanted to ask you, people have been wanting this, and I'm going to have to ask Gabe to cue it up before I go to baseball and then back to football because I got to finish up this trade
You need
deadline
Edo
stuff.
again?
I have a big request. Everybody's like, dude, I need him to play it one more time.
Well, I mean, like one more time's going to have to turn into 2, have to turn into 3.
We're going to give him one more time now, and then
All
we'll
right,
play it
give me
also.
a little second.
We're going to play it one more time here in a minute, and then we'll also play it one more time at 1:45, and then I'll read it, and we'll play it the last time. But let's tell me, it only takes him a second. If you can hear it, because, again, we're going to change your world. Once you listen to this thing around 2:05, you're going to be like, wow, I can speak it. I know what he's saying. My man, Edo, how's life?
And I'm glad you didn't have that Rafa Salafusa would never got past number 1.
Actually, can you do it one more time? Hey, Ed, I got it. No. Pause it. I got a question for Ed. Ready? Ed, where's the restroom?
And I'm glad you didn't have that Rafa Salafusa would never got past number 1.
I know, man, but I need some toilet paper, Ed. Oh, this is going to be great. I cannot wait to read this to y'all, and y'all are going to freak out because you're going to really know what he's saying. You're
One more
love
time
it.
for the road. You got one more question for Ed?
One more question for Ed. All right, Ed. Hey, Ed, do you have any kids?
And I'm glad you didn't have that Rafa Salafusa would never got past number 1.
Oh, now I understand why. Now, now listen, this is very important. We are going back to baseball and sports because I'm a goofball and I could do stuff like this.
Okay. That's far. Like, that's the closest to Farmer Fran from Waterboy that I've ever seen.
Is Farmer Fran the dude from Waterboy that?
Yeah, he's like, I live a fire another day.
You
live a fire another day.
You live a fire another day. I love that guy. I love Waterboy. I miss that movie. It's actually one that I've watched. Again, Beer Fest I saw the other day. Have y'all seen Beer Fest? One day, as long as if Barry Babernath wasn't found on the side of the road and doing what he does, he would be my hero. Or at least I can say there was a stretch in his life where nobody was cooler than Barry. And if you've never seen Beer Fest, go watch Barry. Have you ever seen a man that can play quarters like that?
No, man.
Have you ever seen anybody that can drink
High
beer
level.
like that?
I don't know, man.
I
I've
don't
seen
know.
some people that can drink some beer.
Dude,
You got to understand. I'm around. I've been
That's
around
true. Yeah,
O
you've been
lineman,
around
D
some
lineman.
O-linemen. But he did win Beer Fest. He is the chugger of all chuggers. He is the
Das Boot.
Das Boot. He don't play no game, man. I love how they went and beat the Germans. Did that not feel so good? That's like what should be played every 4th of July. It's kind of like I got to watch Die Hard and Chevy Chase for Christmas, and then the little boy who gets his tongue stuck to the toy. What's that thing?
A Christmas Story.
Got to watch.
You don't like Christmas Vacation?
That's what I just said. Chevy Chase.
Oh, I thought you said Die Hard.
I did say Die Hard too.
Yeah,
I got to watch
like,
Die
what?
Hard too. That's a
Okay.
Christmas movie.
Okay.
Yeah, it's happening at Christmas, and when I was a kid, I watched it when it was at Christmas time. So I've always associated that as a Christmas movie.
Home Alone?
Home Alone. You know what? It's so sad. I loved Home Alone, and then Macaulay Culkin grew up and got weird. And you know what?
And he went off the deep end.
And I can't help it because of Twitter. Every time I started watching that movie, I started looking up Macaulay Culkin to see what he's doing. And next thing you know, it ruins the show. I'm like, dude went crazy. He was the cutest kid, man. Like, what happened to this guy? Like Michael Jackson, Neverland Ranch, buddy. Watch out. That's horrible. Oh, that is not even funny, and I'm going to shut up. But now I need to get into the important things. Back to sports. I did also have some great stuff. At 2:05, by the way, again, we're going to play that clip for you, and then I'm also going to do this real quick. I got something for you, and this is a math question. We like math. $175,000 came. A door opens up, okay? $175K go flying out an armored truck on an Atlanta highway. Within minutes, there's like 15 to 20 police officers there. The police officers go to all the people and stop them and tell them to return all the cash. The 20 police officers turned in $6K. One day later, on the news comes out and says, if you were on the highway and stole the money, you must return it or you could be criminally charged. 9 people, only 9 people came back. 9 Good Samaritans of Atlanta came back. They brought back 10 grand. Hold on. 20 officers brought back $6K that were there within 1 minute. And 9 people who were gone for a day returned $10K. Who do you think's got that money?
And how fast did they respond? That's the better
That's what
question.
I said. They were there in 1 minute, yo.
Yeah, no.
Dude, you know how fast. If I'm like if I'm an officer, I'm chilling, I'm asleep in my car doing whatever, or I'm arresting somebody, that person ain't getting arrested. I'm going to that money. And by the way, this is the other thing. Why you got to return it? Haven't y'all ever heard that saying? Is this not fair trade? Finders, keepers, losers, weepers. That was always told to me when I was a kid. Does that not go? Isn't that in that part of the law? I think.
Make sure the doors on your armored truck stay closed. How about that?
Didn't Johnny Appleseed and George Washington make up that, and that's like in the Constitution, right?
Man, if there is money laying all over a street, I am picking it up.
Me too, dude. I don't know how you can
If you find $100 on the ground, are you gonna try to find the rightful owner? Or are you just gonna pick it up?
Now
you can pick it up.
Unfortunately, if I did find a wallet, had about $150 in it. Had the person's ID. I returned it.
Oh, when there's an ID, you got to be a good Samaritan.
I did expect him to drop at least like a 20 off on me or something. He gave me a high five. And I left. I did feel good about myself. But I was like, come on, you could at least drop the 20 on me, yo. Man, you got $150 in there. I gave you every dollar back. And your credit cards. And you know what he actually said to me? Damn, I wish you were here an hour earlier. I canceled all my cards. Like, that was my fault. I literally was like, this guy was kind of a jerk. But anyway, how did I get on that sidebar? Back to the important things. Today is all about Ed Orgeron speaking, Hardenwood. We got a great segment with Isaac Simpson, and we're going to talk NFL with Gabe Kuhn in just a minute, and I'm going to explain to you a lot of things. But again, we have day baseball going on. Minnesota's up 4-1 over Miami in the top of the 8th. You have Philadelphia 9-0 on San Francisco, and the New York Mets, who I still don't understand what they were doing during the trade deadline. They are up 1-0. And by the way, they've been winning a lot of baseball games. Congratulations, Mets. Y'all just keep on winning. Maybe y'all make some noise. Keep that job. I love, by the way, I'm a big Mickey Callaway fan. But now, this is the thing that I wanted to make sure that we all talked about and explain this to me. How is it, and I'm being dead serious, how is it that Alex for the Braves, who I have been killing lately, when I should be killing John Mozeliak, honestly. But I was very upset because, one, I've been talking about SunTrust, the amount of money they got to move that stadium, the sweetheart deal that the government gave them and the tax benefits, and how basically the municipality paid for the billionaire to, build the stadium if they would move out there to the suburbs. He did that. He's got literally, he's making money. He's got one of the largest TV contracts in the country. He's got Ozzie Albies, Ronald Acuna. He's got these guys on baby deals. Soroka, baby deals. He got Dallas pretty deadgum fairly. Yes, they gave Josh Donaldson a fat contract. I think Freddie Freeman's on a sweetheart deal. So we kept saying they need to go out and do something because the weakness is Luke Jackson. Luke Jackson is a baby. He can't do jack. And again, I call it in the witching hour because of all the people who did squadoosh. And I'm talking to you, Dodgers, who have been in the World Series. Your bullpen is squadoosh. But you know what? I haven't been complaining about y'all because y'all always do something. What did they do? Jed Churko? Am I on drugs? I didn't know he pitches. Is he now in the bullpen?
You saw him come out of the bullpen this year, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, dude. How's he going to help the Dodgers? Let's just be real. How's he going to help the Dodgers?
Obviously, he hasn't played much this year.
Nope.
But he's been awful when he has.
Mm-hmm.
And I get there's something to be said about getting at bats and getting in a role, but he just hasn't been the same in
He's
been
2
years?
Craptastic is
in
like
2
what
years.
I would like to say.
I mean, he used to be a 30 home run guy, 100 RBI guy, and now it's just dead, gone.
That was pretty good. Craptastic and squadoosh, the words of the day. But anyway, so I'm thinking to myself, Alex doesn't have his thing going. He doesn't, he's got all these sweetheart deals. He's all about money and greed. No, he now looks like a genius, and he looks like Jeffrey Luhnow of Houston. He looks like he's one of the smarter young general managers in baseball. You laughing at me? I want you to think about.
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. I'm just saying Luhnow.
What if No, Luhnow's bad to the bone.
When you think about when he was with the Cardinals, what they were,
Yeah.
it's almost transferred over to the Astros.
It has.
Like their farm system's great. They have a great team that they already put on the field. They have so many trade pieces. They can do what they want.
Yep.
So much freedom.
They
And look at
have
the Cardinals.
They got Goldschmidt. But anyway, and the Dodgers, they struck out this year again. But this is the key for me. When the Braves go out there and can hit like they can hit, can play in that home field ballpark where they have a heck of an advantage, they have a young, hungry team. Do you see a weakness in the Braves right now? Because you got McCann, who is a veteran catcher. I look at that outfield. They can D it up. They can hit. That infield with Dansby Swanson, is he literally their weakness? Like, that's their biggest weakness.
It's the best team in the NL.
I mean,
I don't think there's a
Josh
question.
Donaldson's tearing it up. I mean, everything that they're doing. Ozzie Albies over there, Freddie Freeman. I love Acuna, of course. But now you got Dallas Keuchel at the front end of that. Then you go and get, again, Shane Green. I want to remind you, 22 saves, 0.87 whip, 1.18 ERA. Dude's been on fire. He's going to be the closer. Mark Melanson's going to be the setup guy. I think that means Luke Jackson moves into a more comfortable role where he's pitching out of the 7th or 6th inning. This is just such a big move. They are now, in my opinion, I can't believe I'm saying this, they're now my favorite out of the National League. I'm serious.
I agree completely.
And you know why? Because of Alex's move at the witching hour. Now, in the American League, right before I go to break, my favorite by far, Yankees, because they have Murderers Row, but not anymore. Houston can hit almost as good as the Yankees can. And when you add a Greinke and the Yankees do squadoosh, and when you can go Verlander, Cole, and you can go straight out there again with Zach Greinke as your 3 and now Wade Miley as a specialist and a long relief guy, that's just nasty. So I just expect us to see the Braves playing the Astros unless something goes crazy at the waiver wire. But whatever y'all do, we'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. It's going to be all about football coming up next. And don't forget, MemphisFarmers.com. My man Chad Gatlin, he gives it to you all. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
Right now, you can get 5 cents off every gallon of fuel every day. That's 5 cents off every gallon with Make It Count rewards from Marathon. Plus, you can earn points for additional savings on fuel, airfare, hotels, and more. It's quick and easy to join. Just visit makeitcount.com/radio or download the free app. So start saving today with Make It Count from Marathon. Offer valid only at participating Marathon locations. Marathon, fueling the American spirit.
We should come to Sweetgrass for brunch every Sunday.
We do come to Sweetgrass for brunch every Sunday.
Right, well, we should keep doing this. These biscuits and gravy are the best I've ever had. I could have them for breakfast every day.
Look at these perfect poached eggs on top of crab cakes. Only a real chef would think of making this.
I'm almost to the point of making the turn. I've had everything on the Sweetgrass brunch menu, and I'm going to start back at the beginning.
It's important to have goals.
Why would we go anywhere else?
We don't go anywhere else. Last night you refilled everyone's water.
Well, I just wanted to make sure they knew we were part of the Sweetgrass family.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition. And yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, iBuyHouses can get you your money quickly. iBuyHouses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. iBuyHouses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. iBuyHouses.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Well, show me the way to the next whiskey bar.
Al, don't ask why. How, baby? Give me that whiskey. And now it's time to talk with the mayor. Before we talk with the mayor, my man Bill wants to give a little hint on what Ed Orgeron is. I got to make sure that y'all know this. Chad Gatlin, MemphisFarmers.com. Auto, home, life, business, anything you can think of, my man Chad has you covered. And you know what? I was asked a question the other day, man. Why don't you give out Chad's number a whole lot? And I can give it out all I want. 901-235-1176. That's 901-235-1176. But I want to beat in your head because most people do go online at first. Make sure you just go to MemphisFarmers.com. That way you get the best insurance, Farmers Insurance, and you got a man right here locally representing you. That's my man Chad Gatlin, 901-235-1176. That's MemphisFarmers.com. Now, my man Bill, he is the mayor, so he always gets respect. Mayor, how are you today?
What's up, Johnny?
What's up?
Man, I tell you what, come up here to Nutbush up there in the little convenience store up here and drop $5 on the ground and see who fights, how many people jump over and fight for that. They ain't going to be giving that money back.
Yeah, they ain't giving that money back.
$170,000, are you kidding me? Yeah, I'll send them a roll of pennies back to them.
By the way, admit it. How funny is it that 9 people brought back $10K, but 20 officers turned in $6,000?
Yeah, how stupid did they feel? If I saw some of my family members taking that money back, I'd show up to their house and beat their ass. I mean, beat their butt. But you know, when Ed Orgeron was born, God smiled and said, "All right, you're a football coach at LSU." I mean, I don't know why it took so long. I mean, the Water Boy is the perfect example. I mean, he when you wake up in the morning and think LSU football, Ed Orgeron. It's like Ed Orgeron, LSU football. It's like it doesn't even go hand in hand. It's like exactly the same. He's like the mascot, literally. I don't understand why it took so long for this to happen. And all the people criticize it. It doesn't matter about anything. He just is the LSU football coach. I mean, that's what he is.
That is so true. By the way, can I ask you something?
I love to hear him talk. I don't have to understand it.
But by the way, when you listen today, don't you dare disappear on me, because at 2:05, when I read it to you and play it to you again, you're going to freak out because you're actually going to understand what he says, and it's going to blow your mind. You're going to love it.
I thank you, though, because you know what? I forgot about The Water Boy. I'm going to make my kids never seen that movie. I'm going to make them watch that because that's one of the greatest movies in history.
I agree. That's one of the greatest movies. Sit down and watch that with your kids, Bill, man, and call me and let me know how they think about it.
All right, man.
Hey, take care, Bill. That's the mayor of Nutbush right there. That's my man, Bill. Now, all you people can do the same thing. First Bank text line, 67129, or the First Bank phone line like Bill did, 901-360-8255. But I got to talk some football right now, and I got to talk about one thing that is absolutely insane. Gabe Kuhn, Carl, anybody over there, tell me. I know the NFL is insane, but please tell me you heard this story. Did you see how, the Rams were trying to do something sweet for Steven Jackson? Did y'all hear about this? So they signed him to a 1-day contract so he could retire as a member of the NFL team that he played for 9 seasons.
I remember those days, man. He was the most underrated back in the league.
Big old beast, too, man, wasn't he? He was one of those big backs, man. And Jackson, by the way, hadn't played a snap since 2015. I'd like to remind you of that. He's only doing this 100%, 1-day contract, so he can retire as what? A Ram, as his team. Now, can I ask you a question? What do you think? What do you think happened when the Rams signed him to a one-day deal. This is going to blow your mind.
A lot of things could have happened.
If I tell you this, you won't even believe me.
Well, I mean, like what? Give me a hint.
They told him to report to the NFL headquarters for a random drug test.
No, they didn't. No, they did not.
I swear to you, I'm not
For what?
joking.
I wouldn't have showed up.
Dude.
Don't show up. They suspend you? Okay. I'm not playing. I'm retired, dude.
Like, he literally sent to the head of the NFL, bro, are y'all for real? And they were like, yup.
No, that's the biggest joke I've ever heard.
I mean, asking a player who's been
Did he do it? Did he do it?
I don't know if he's going to do it. This is just going, I mean, this is happening as we are sitting here talking. Like, this started on Twitter at 12:47, back and forth, Jackson and the NFL. Like, are y'all kidding me? Y'all are making me come in to take a drug test when I'm just trying to retire? I haven't played in 5 years. Is this a joke? And they're like, nope, come in and take a drug test. That just, again, let me remind you. How long have I been saying this? Common sense isn't common.
If I'm him, I go on any social media I have. I don't even know if he's a smoker, but I smoke on social media. Right there. Just to prove a point. Like, dude, okay. I'll come in and take this test. I'll fail it. I don't care.
And, like, what are they going to do?
I don't care.
Fine him? Like, I mean, I put him in the drug program if he failed it. Like, I just can't. I mean,
why would you put him in a drug program that he's not even part of the league anymore?
I can't even believe this is where, again, this is what I'm trying to say. This is where we common sense, again, is not common. I don't understand why it's not. This is 2019. You think we'd be better than that? And then you want to talk about something else that blows your mind in the NFL? Please tell me you heard about this moron. Do you remember Darren Sharper, who actually used to be?
Of course.
Man, that dude could play some football.
He used to be able to hit, man.
I mean, Pro Bowl safety. This dude was a stud. And then I found out he was also probably the worst human being other than, I mean, he's up there with, Ray Caruth and Aaron Hernandez. Dude, when you're a serial raper, like, do you
So it's Kellen Winslow-esque.
Dude, I think
maybe
it's almost worse because, I mean, this guy raped 16 different women in 4 states, and that's what we know of. Okay? 16 women in 4 states. That's pretty, to me, that's a serial raper. Like, he's a serial, disgusting human being. But this is what upsets me. So he gets an attorney, and they're now filing a motion, and they're trying to say that he wasn't adequately advised, and his previous lawyer did a bad job, and he's trying to say that he wants to get out of his guilty plea, and he wants to go, back to court. And I'm just like, why do we waste money on sorry SOBs like him? I don't get it. I don't get it. Sharper, you make me disgusted. Now, those were just a couple of the things in the NFL that were kind of a little bit crazy. And I didn't know. I think I just blew Gabe Kuhn's mind. You didn't know that, did you?
I'm sickened, man. That's like, I didn't even think he was a bad dude.
I can't believe you didn't know that.
I can't believe
sorry.
that.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to break your heart. I feel bad.
Oh, you didn't break my heart.
But you know what I mean. It's just you didn't
it's
know.
It's unbelievable. It really is.
You didn't know. You didn't know. Now, this is the other thing I wanted to talk about. I want to know about how is this going to happen? And I'm talking about Lamar Jackson. We're going to come back and talk a little bit with this. Is Lamar Jackson, honestly, and I'm being dead serious, tonight we got a little football. Unfortunately, we ain't going to see Lamar. Tonight we get to see, I don't even know if we're going to see Joe Flacco. Who knows what we're going to see? The Broncos and the Falcons, and I don't even know what's going to happen in this game. I know that Matt Ryan is a very underrated quarterback from what I was reading today on Twitter. He was trending today. Did you know what was trending on Twitter when I woke up earlier? It was Matt Ryan is the most overrated quarterback in the NFL. Falcons fans, chillax, homie. He got an MVP and was like that close to winning a Super Bowl. Your coach screwed y'all out of the Super Bowl. It wasn't his fault.
Quarterbacks are so hard to read, too, because when you look at like guys like Matt Stafford, Matt Ryan, there's a couple other guys out there that just don't win Super Bowls, don't win playoff games. Like, they're still good quarterbacks.
Well, I just want to know what
Cam Newton.
I want people to think. See, I don't think Lamar Jackson is anything. I want to know what y'all think. We're going to come back right before we get to Hardwood. Is Lamar Jackson his own player? Or is he close to Michael Vick or Cam Newton? Or is he like Randall Cunningham? Or could Randall throw a little better? Or can he throw a little better? Like, I want to know. Is Lamar Jackson, because I know if y'all saw this, did you hear how many times that Harbaugh said that he was going to run Lamar? Did you see that?
Did he say anything?
He said 200 plus times.
Oh, God.
If
like
you
a
run
running
a
back.
quarterback, if you run a quarterback 200 plus times,
And he
can I tell you
ain't,
something?
and let's be real, Lamar is not some big body blows guy.
That's exactly what I was trying to say. If you run him 200 times, you will kill that kid. And that is not how you, like, man, who's his backup again? I know they brought in a good backup. No, it was RG3, wasn't it? Did he break his thumb?
Yep.
So they don't even have a backup for him.
They have
You
some
can't-
backup.
I
They
mean,
have
well,
a
you know what
bad
I'm saying.
backup.
You can't run him 200 times, folks. But anyway, we're going to talk a lot about quarterbacks. I didn't know I broke my man's heart with the Sharper thing. By the way, did you know Riddick got released by the Broncos? Can you believe it? See you, Theo. Peace. And Bell, he said he wanted to tell fantasy owners last year that he wasn't going to play. BS. And then again,
He says he should be the first overall pick still.
again, please. He's plays for the Jets. And the last but not least, Gordon. Can you do me a favor? Get your butt into camp. You don't want to go away from
Disagree.
the Chargers. You don't want to go away from the Chargers. Whatever y'all do, though, don't you dare touch that dial. We'll be back in 2 shakes. Sports 56, 96.1. And when do we ever agree? 87.7 FM.
This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Mark's Bensdorf Realtors. I have found people sometimes choose their real estate agent in the most unusual way. Well, the agent down the street sold that house so they can sell mine. Or, my relative is brand new in the business and I want to help them. Or, my friend sells real estate on the side and will give me a good deal on commission. These are all valid considerations, but after all my years in the real estate business, the advice I give people is interview 2 to 3 agents. Find out what they think about your home, how they would price it, and what they suggest you do to prepare to make the most for your home. Last, when interviewing agents, make sure that I am one of the brokers you speak with. Find out how my highly successful strategic marketing program with the Shellbucks option can mean the difference in whether you sit or sell. Also find out why people often say when you want the job done, call Shell Done. You can reach me at 483-0546 or MemphisRelocate.com. That's Sheldon Rosengarten at 483-0546 or MemphisRelocate.com.
There's a new commissary in town in Collierville. Germantown Commissary is doubling. Yeah, they're still going to have the old Germantown Commissary by the tracks, but now there's a huge new Germantown Commissary in Collierville at Poplar and Houston Levee Road. It's huge, too. There's a drive-through. There's plenty of parking, no telephone pole to get in your way, a cool patio. It's right by the track, so the tradition continues. And this is a tradition that's been around forever. That commissary is famous for hickory-smoked, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue. They've got a private party room at the new one in Collierville. Self-catering still continues. Party packs for $5.95. Basically, the great ribs, the great pulled shoulder, the great deviled eggs. Everything is there in Collierville and Germantown now. So there is now a Germantown and Collierville style of barbecue. It's called Germantown Commissary.
Hi, this is Mark Tobin. I got a question for you. Is there anywhere you'd rather be than outdoors today? Well, if that's true for you, then be sure to join me and our guests every Saturday at 6 a.m. for the Outdoors Today radio show. We're going to bring you hunters and fishermen. We're going to give you tips and techniques that'll help you get more from the outdoors today. Join our electronic campfire every Saturday at 6 a.m.
Outdoors Today, Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. It's Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
If you like pina coladas.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Check it out right here.
Ladies and gentlemen. And now?
Now, the only man to ever win the World Series of Poker with a Scrabble board, Johnny Harden.
What is up? We're lucky to be back in the second hour of Johnny Radio's Happy Hour and have Johnny Radio with y'all because I almost choked and died during the break. If you try to eat something fast and inhale it like Joey Chestnut and you're not a professional eater, people, it could kill you. That's just a warning.
Like the 413 wings he ate yesterday?
I didn't go that far. I just tried to eat one little piece of something as fast as Joey.
It didn't work.
It didn't work very fast. I almost died.
They don't chew.
Like I chewed like 3 times and then tried to swallow, and I didn't think it was going to
go
down.
And also, can I point this out? They use warm water when they're dipping those buns.
Oh, that makes
Isn't that the grossest thing you've ever heard?
I don't know. No talk. Changing subjects because that is disgusting. We're going to go have so much fun, by the way, because we are going to literally have. We're not the NFL. We're not crazy and stupid. We're not going to drug test you. Especially when you join the league for one day, Steven Jackson to retire with the Rams. Show up at the NFL offices. We're drug testing you, you bad dude. That is absolutely insanity to me. But again, common sense goes.
It honestly makes me so mad.
Doesn't it make you kind of feel though that
because he was
now that common sense is definitely out the window? The NFL's back.
What does he do? What did he do to deserve that? Nothing.
Man, I'm telling you. He must have done something to tick off Roger Goodell in the past, because I bet you this is just some vendetta that he's getting back.
Well, one of my good friends, Jake Elliott, when he kicked a 60-yarder to beat the Giants, they tested him that week. So they say it's random. It's not random.
No. He kicks a 60-yarder and he takes a drug test? Sure, that just happens.
And if you look at
random.
Jake, you know he doesn't do steroids. He's like 5'10".
Think about the Memphis has 2 Super Bowl winning field goal kickers.
5'8".
Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Isn't that
Kicker
pretty,
U?
like,
I would have to say it's Kicker U, right?
That's crazy. They're like at 2 right now in the NFL that are the ballers.
Kicker U.
Kicker U. But anyway, I get so sidetracked. I'm so sorry. I love talking with all of y'all. And thank y'all so much for spending your afternoon with us on Johnny Radio's Happy Hour on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM. And then don't forget you can Facebook, check us out, Periscope, check us out, Twitch, which is a gaming system. Put down the game. Listen to me, yo. And you can message us at Sports56WHBQ on all of these platforms, including Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. While I'm sitting here chilling in the Family Leisure Studios where family and fun come together. By the way, Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40. Y'all can sit there and go absolutely party town on all these new, ways to message us. And then don't forget, there's always the original gangster, the First Bank text line 67129. But football season, it's August 1st. People can't even believe it. We're going to do the coaches poll here in a little bit. We're going to talk some NFL as well. But to make you feel like it's the NFL, we have to play, or make it feel like football's back. Memphis is back in camp. We played a little Ed Orgeron. Played a very funny question about a guy who literally schedules 4 cream puffs for $500,000 a year. No. Was it $500 million? What was it? 500,000.
I am way more intrigued by the one I can't
I don't even
understand.
care about the first one, but that was the one we could understand. That was hilarious. But this is Ed Orgeron.
Have we gotten any guesses?
I got a guess. Audrey. We got tons of guesses, and nobody's even close.
Okay.
And I can't.
Well, we're gonna play it one more time before we actually get to decide.
I can't read them.
We have a translator,
but we have a translator in Austin Eldridge. By the way, you hear him every morning with middays and of course the Experience. But right now, this is Ed. Oh, hey Ed, I got a question for you. Do you have to go number 1 or number 2?
And I'm glad you didn't have that Rafa Salafusa who never got past number 1.
Kill me. I am such a bad person. But now it's time for me to bring in my very good friend, Austin Eldridge. Austin, how is life treating you?
What's going on, fellas? I was not expecting this phone call. I have to admit, I've never known myself to be an Ed Orgeron translator.
Well, you do actually speak Coon, I hear, pretty well. You've got you've got the whole basis down, and I wanted you to tell people and read verbatim what he really says, and then we're going to play it back, and it's going to change your world because you're going to be like, oh my goodness, I actually understood. People have been guessing all afternoon. Not one person has come close to getting it right. Not that I really expected them to get it right because I couldn't get it right earlier today. But once you told it to me and I listened to it
you
for
can't
the
unhear
second
it.
time, then you can't unhear it. So, Austin, tell us what he says.
Okay, so I will admit I did not figure it out either, but I found some people on Twitter who speak Coon, and the translation that they had, and once I heard this, I started hearing it. It's crazy. Yeah, it is. I'm glad y'all didn't have that raffle in South Lafourche. We wouldn't have been able to get past number 1.
And I'm glad y'all didn't have that raffle in South Lafourche. We wouldn't have ever got past number 1.
Wow. Dude,
it's amazing. Like you suddenly hear it as soon as you know what he's saying.
One more time, Austin.
One more time.
I'm glad y'all didn't have that raffle in South Lafourche, or we wouldn't have got past number 1.
And I'm glad y'all didn't have that raffle in South Lafourche. We wouldn't have ever got past number 1.
Unbelievable. Austin,
That's the one.
Y'all make sure y'all listen every morning to The Experience and check out Austin on Twitter, by the way. He's Eldridge. What is it? Eldridge on air now?
Austin on air. Austin on air.
Austin on air. That's right. It's at Austin, capital A, capital O, capital A. Again, at Austin on air 56, at Austin on air 56. He is also a soldier, making sure we are safe. He's on mornings with CJ and Peter, and then he does middays with Greg and Eli in the afternoon. And by the way, give your dad a shout out because he's only the best, I think. He's probably one of the nicest guys in the whole world. But if I ever have a problem with my AC or my heating system, the only place I call is Eldridge Services. So give him a plug.
Yeah, well, I agree with you, I'm slightly biased that he is one of the nicest and most amazing guys in the world. But he's my dad. I love him. And, Eldridge Services, air conditioning and heating, they are fully licensed and insured in Mississippi, Tennessee, and Arkansas. They do commercial and residential work, whatever you need, heating and air-wise. They're extremely fair. They're very reasonable. They're not going to treat you they're not going to try to sell you anything that you don't need. They're never going to come out there and find something wrong with your unit that's not actually wrong. That's not how they operate. They operate in a very very Christian manner. They treat people the way that they would want to be treated. And I'm not just saying all that because he's my dad. He's made a business on being trustworthy. And 662-449-3024. You can give him a call. EldridgeAir.com. You can even check him out on Facebook as well. Eldridge Services. So check him out. Give him a call if you need anything. It is that time of year. It is hot outside, so be sure and give him a call if you're having any AC issues.
My man, you take care, Austin. You be good out there, and thank you so much for the translation. I absolutely love it. And for us, one more time, Gabe, can we get it? You closed it. Don't worry about it. I love that. Don't worry about it.
I can pull it back up. I can pull it back up.
While you're pulling it back up, I'm going to tell this one story, though, by the way, that'll make you happy. Did you see? I've never, ever gotten Women's Health before, but have you seen the cover of Women's Health this week?
Who is that?
That is Juliana Huffington. Did you know that she was that nice? And she said that she stripped down naked for this issue because she is stripping down to find the new truths about herself. And by the way, I just have to say, that is some good advice.
Hey, Ed.
Hey, Ed. What's going down, brother?
And I'm glad y'all didn't have that raffle in South Lafourche. We wouldn't have ever got past number 1.
See, it's not funny. It's funny asking him a question now that you understand what he's saying. But, man, Edo, we are ready for football tonight. We have the Hall of Fame game. It is NFL style. We got the real deal Holyfield. It is the it's not, I'd say, the real deal Holyfield because it is preseason, and it's the very first game of the year, the Hall of Fame game. And most of these teams don't really like the fact that they have to play the extra preseason game. But the point is, we got football. It's August. September will be here before you know it. But you know what? August 31st is Ole Miss in Memphis, and that's going down for real. And there ain't no preseason. It's Memphis. It's Ole Miss. It's August 31st. Yes, we are getting that close. I can't believe it. But I want to ask this question. Gabe Kuhn, you can block for Tom Brady, who you're going to know is always basically right there in the same spot. He's just going to maybe move around a little bit in the pocket. Or you can block for somebody like Lamar Jackson, who is completely gifted, but you never know where he's exactly going to be. Who would be an easy person for an offensive line to block for?
Doesn't that seem like an obvious question?
Kind of, yeah.
Because, I mean, Tom Brady's just going to stand there like a statue, maybe step up a step.
But
He
it
knows
does
what
it.
he's
But what
doing.
I'm trying to point out is it does help out the offensive line to know where
Where
your
the
quarterback's
at.
going to be. Like,
and it also, if you mess up, it makes it that much quicker of a mess up. Like, it's an automatic sack. With Lamar, if you mess up, which you don't plan on, he can escape.
or you do everything right, and then he flushes out to the left, and you've been blocking.
That's
the dude to
the worst
left.
thing right there.
And you're
That's
like,
why I
dude,
said
I
Tom
just
Brady.
blocked him right into you because you weren't supposed to be there.
Because he's got happy feet in the pocket.
Mm-hmm. Now, the reason I bring this up is because it's very fascinating. Lamar Jackson, I bring him up, and you would not believe, like, Lamar Jackson isn't in any category with any of those guys you just mentioned. Number one, I don't know if I put him in a category.
Yeah, I think we just said names.
I just was saying, sir or madam, that I would like to know what y'all think. Is Lamar Jackson his own man? Is he like anybody in previous history? Like, I mean, is he Fran Tarkington? Is he Randall Cunningham? Is he, let me try to think, Ben Roethlisberger? No. Is he Mike Vick? I'm just throwing names out. I'm trying to think. He's a running quarterback who threw for a lot of yards at Louisville, by the way. Like, a lot of people don't realize. Do y'all know how many touchdowns Lamar Jackson's thrown?
Here's the other thing is when people do this Mike Vick comparison, they always talk about how, well, Lamar can't throw as well as Mike Vick. Do y'all remember what Mike Vick was when he came in the league? He couldn't throw at all.
At Virginia Tech, please, he was a running quarterback constantly.
That's why when people start trashing Lamar after 1 year, I'm like, give him time, man. He won games. He made it to the playoffs. That's all you can ask.
And I think the addition of Mark Ingram is going to be a heck of an I think it's going to be a really good for a team. Can you imagine, honestly, if you're a defense, the speed from Lamar Jackson, if you go man, if you don't play a zone and you go man coverage and they go and run a bunch of nines and you're going straight and you got your back to Lamar Jackson, think about how scary that is. Because you know what? You don't know where the heck that dude could be. And if the coverage break down and he takes off, next thing you know, he's running 60 yards down the field and you're looking to try to find and catch this guy. I'm just saying, I don't know what Lamar is. I don't know what he's going to be.
There's so much development that has not been done with the dude. So, like,
he's got a
people
long
don't
way to go.
understand that.
Well, but
people expect him to be a finished product off the bat. That's not how that works.
Well, people also didn't expect him to play last year. He was supposed to sit behind Joe Flacco. Joe got hurt. He was thrust into action, and guess what? Did they not go on a winning spree? I'm not saying he's Tim Tebow. I know Tim Tebow won a whole bunch of games, went to the playoffs, and won a playoff game. I do know
and
that.
I think me and you will be the first to admit that his passing last year was ugly. Like, it really was. It was not good by any stretch, but he won games, and he showed some promise. And I don't know what you can ask more out of if you can ask more out of a rookie quarterback.
And the reason, again, I bring this up, though, is because I have also cause for concern. And I bring this up because of Harbaugh's comments. And I want to know, is John Harbaugh pulling my leg, yanking my chain, or is he literally thinking about, in today's NFL, running his quarterback 200 times and running a style of offense with Lamar Jackson and Mark Ingram, and you never know who's going to have it? I'm going to tell you right now, I can see 100 because things break down and he takes off.
You know how much he ran last year?
Dude, if
in
Jackson...
seven games?
No, how many?
147 rushes.
Oh, my
gosh.
So
200 really is not that much of a stretch.
I see what you're saying, but I'm thinking to survive in the NFL, I kept saying last year, and you weren't the producer, I said they weren't going to make it far in the postseason because he's going to get nicked up and banged up. And if he's one-dimensional, they'll stop they'll be able to shut down, Lamar Jackson. What happened? They got a guy to spy on him. Who is that? Oh, Cromartie, bing, bang, boom. Go ahead.
There's a big difference between playing 7 games and 16.
And 16.
So We're going to have to see. But 200 rushes, that's going to be less than he was averaging per game last year.
I hear
in those 7 games.
I'm just trying to tell you right now, there's no quarterback in the history of the NFL who's ever rushed over 200 attempts and made it all 16 games. That just hasn't happened. Now, have we had 200 attempts attempted? Yes. Did they play 16 games? No. What I'm trying to say is if Lamar Jackson is going to play 16 games and take you to the promised land, you're going to have to keep him upright. If you want to run him, save that for the postseason. Make that special. In the regular season, hand the ball to Mark Ingram, play damn good defense, and develop his passing game as best you can. And if the postseason, you want to pull him out and let him run a little bit extra more because he brings amazing, he's got an extra gear, an extra weapon, and that's something to scare the bleep out of defensive coordinators, I think that's perfect. But if you beat him up in the first 8 weeks of the season and he's dead for the postseason, what'd you accomplish?
Harbaugh's offense, I will say, though, John, is built for a good running. You've seen those big sets where he has, 9 guys with their hand in the ground. Mm-hmm. So I can see where Lamar would be able to run without getting smacked on every play. But at the same time, 200 attempts is just far too much.
Okay, can I tell you something? He said that his brother should have ran Colin Kaepernick more. And I'm going to also say maybe you could have. But Colin Kaepernick's built more like a brick house comparatively to Lamar Jackson.
Lamar's got some string bean going on still.
He still needs to get a lot bigger. Lamar's not as big a man and thick as now. Could he put that weight on? Yes. Will he keep the speed? I don't know. But I'm just going to tell you, Harbaugh's his quote, I'm going to run him, and I'm going to run him as much as I can. The more he runs, the worse for defensive coordinators. Yeah, you're right. But you know what? By the postseason, he's probably going to be on the sideline, holding a clipboard, watching some loser quarterback playing for Baltimore. That's because you got him killed. But anyway, let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Now, I got to start off with this. 2 things. Told y'all squidoosh was the word of the day because of what happened in, the baseball stuff. But what about this BS from the police in Atlanta? Return the money or we're going to file charges. Well, are you going to file charges on the police officers? Because I'm going to tell you right now, if 20 police officers return $6,000 and 9 Samaritans, good Samaritans, return $10,000, man, for some reason, I'm just trying to say math is kind of screwed up. Now, I'm going to tell you like this straight up.
Also,
I'm going to tell you first and foremost, I am not mad at the officers.
No, I'm not mad at anybody.
I'm not mad at anybody that picked up the money and kept any of it. Insurance company's going to have to pay for that.
How are they going to find the people? That's probably my biggest question.
Well, they're saying in Atlanta like they had the dash, cam, and they're going to release video to the public and the Crime Stopper thing. Yeah, they're basically trying to scare you to come in and to do the right thing. Now, I'm sure there's some people who may have just done the right thing because they did it out of the goodness of their heart. But here's the last thing I'm just trying to get at. I am not trying to throw shade on any kind of officer or any person who kept the money. I'm not throwing shade on anybody. I'm throwing shade on the jackwagon who put the money in the bag, forgot to zip it up, and then didn't shut the door and lock it, and let $175,000 fall out the damn back of a truck. Because I tell you something, I bet you money if you took a drug test from him, he's got more weed in his system than Cheech and Chong. Dude probably like, huh? Wait, you mean I was driving?
Dude, did you lock the bag?
Wait a second, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I locked the bag.
$75,000.
Wait. Where's the money? Why are the doors open?
Here's the manager, him and the manager after that afternoon. You lost $170,000 today. Oh, man. This isn't a good time to talk to you about a raise, is it?
Oh, man.
Oh,
that's rough.
I'm sorry, dude. Go ahead.
I just can't feel sorry for anything in that situation. I can't feel sorry for anybody losing the $175,000 when you could have just locked the door the right way, dude. I mean, Very simple.
Again,
Very simple.
How come it is, and this is the other part, how is it you're going to put criminal charges on the people who picked up money on the side of the road, but the jackwagon who's driving the car and lost $175,000 is like,
I can literally imagine the money falling out of the back. They just feel like a little bump, and the dude turns around. Where's the money, man? Where'd it go?
All right, now you're going to laugh at me. Are you ready to see the age difference between me and Gabe? So I'm going to talk probably like that because I'll probably sound just as dumb. So, do you know who Ninja is?
Yeah.
So, you know what Twitch is?
Yeah, we have it. We're streaming right now live on Twitch.
All right, Ninja just said he's leaving Twitch. Okay, bro, and here's what he said. Bro, new chapter of my life. And then he put his very weird-looking self and weird video out there. And I'm not saying weird because of, imaging. I'm talking about, why do gamers have to make sure they look like they just got out of bed? I've never seen one who's brushed his hair. Have you noticed that?
Know what's weird about his, too? He actually styles it that way.
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
Dude looks literally like
I don't understand what it is either. It's very weird.
I don't like I just got out of bed look, so I'm brush your damn hair, homie. Anyway, he's saying that he's going to some new, he's like, I'm going to a new big league competition streaming platform. Now, my question is he a big enough star for a other platform to bring him, and he's going to bring the gamers? Is this guy, is Twitch about to be in trouble is my question.
I don't know if Twitch is going to be in trouble necessarily, but no, people will follow him. People will definitely follow him. He's the most popular e-gamer in the world.
Well, this is what I was, then this is perfect. So you said he's the most popular e-gamer of the world. This is what I was wanting to get at. The more people now your age know Ninja.
But my age is a little older than his target audience.
Okay, or Carl, or a
no,
16-year-old kid.
Yes, exactly.
More people know Booga and Ninja or Le'Veon Bell and Tom Brady.
It's a good question. I know they don't know Mike Trout. I know they don't.
Wow.
That age group does not know Mike Trout.
Wow. Lamar Jackson, we were talking about him earlier.
There's a way higher likelihood that they know Le'Veon Bell and Tom Brady than if they knew someone in the MLB, NHL, any other league.
Now, I want y'all to know Stan Kroenke, by the way, the a-hole is what I like to call him, that took, St. Louis's football team, moved it out to Los Angeles because he's a greedy...
Thanks for the reminder.
Sorry, he's a greedy jerk. And I'm not a big Kroenke fan. I don't like people being jerks. And I got to go take a break because I got to talk with my man Isaac. But listening to Stan Kroenke give Booga his trophy, for me, was awesome. Did you see it? Stan Kroenke having to say, Kyle Booga Gilfdor, here's your $3 million victory at the Fortnite World Cup, was just for him to even add the Booga in there, and he didn't call him Booger, he called him Booga. That was great. Do you think Stan Kroenke ever thought in his life that one day he'd be given a $3 million to a 16-year-old
I bet
kid?
he didn't even know what he was at, truthfully, what the game was and what he was actually giving it for. I'm sure they were just like, hey, Stan, you got to give out this award. It'll take 10 minutes of your time. Nothing too big, but I doubt he actually knew what was going on.
I still can't believe how much, though, Stan, and by the way, Stan's son got him into this, Josh Kroenke. Josh Kroenke has actually made Stan a ton of money through e-gaming. Yep, I'll tell you.
I stand corrected.
Yeah, I can't, his little brother, the kid, did pretty dang good for himself, and most, but if you get to go, hey, Pops, can I borrow $50 million to start this? And he's like, yeah, sure, kid, and it works out. Must be nice. But I gotta tell y'all right now, we're gonna be back in just a second with Isaac Simpson, all things Memphis, all things Grizzlies, Tigers, football, basketball, baseball, you name it, we got it right here on Sports 56, 87.7, and of course, my people in Tupelo, Tunica, and all of North Mississippi. What's up, 96.1 FM?
Sports Time with Rollo and Stacks. Every weekday afternoon from 3 till 6. Right here on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Frontier Western Store's world-famous boot showroom is waiting for you. With aisles and aisles of boots in one easy spot, you will find your next favorite pair at Frontier. Everyone loves Ariat boots, and Frontier has over 1,000 pair in that brand alone. Come grab a pair of rugged work boots like the Workhog, or discover an everyday classic in Ariat's Rambler. Tons of other brands as well: Rocky, Dan Post, Red Wing, Durango, Justin, Twisted X, and many more. Frontier constantly restocks and refreshes their lineup of boots, so you're certain to walk out of the store happy in your new comfortable footwear. They have a wide assortment of sizes available for men, women, and children. Work, dress, or play, Frontier's knowledgeable staff will cheerfully help you find the perfect fit. It's boots galore at Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road, Olive Branch, or on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Family owned and operated, you know it, since 1967.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between, in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here. Kick it.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Here's your host, John Harden.
Gold and shackles, ball and chain. Listen to the whistle of the evening train. You know you about to wind up dead. You don't head back to Tennessee jet.
What is up? Welcome into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Got to tell you all something very serious. It is Friday's Eve. I am your sports mixologist, John Harden. Gabe and Carl are chilling with me, and we're hanging out together on a Friday's Eve. And you know what I just ate? Never in my life I thought I'd ever say this. Have you ever seen? Have you ever gotten turkey jerky?
Turkey jerky?
Yeah.
It's probably pretty good.
Have you
beef,
ever?
I've had beef jerky, not turkey jerky.
I mean, I've eaten beef jerky too, but I never thought anybody would be like, eat some turkey jerky. And I was like, huh? And then I tasted it and it was delicious. But yeah.
A little more tender maybe?
I don't know.
I mean, jerky's like the nice.
It was kind of,
it
was pretty, it was really, really good, but it was just, when I looked at it, I'm reading turkey jerky. I'm just like, that is a That's interesting. Turkey's everywhere, isn't it? Turkey jerky. Now, speaking of all the stuff that's going on in the world, y'all know camp, University of Memphis, it started today. We have been talking about Memphis football, of course, for a while because we have the man, Gabe Kuhn, who sits right over here, and guess what we do? We talk football. Why? Because until he lost it, he used to have the start record at the University of Memphis. But that means he played a whole lot of football, and he knows a whole lot to talk about, and that helps me out because we're going to bring Isaac on. And me and Isaac, we're going to talk, and we're going to rap about what's going down with Memphis football. And y'all know who Isaac is. If you don't know who Isaac is by now, he joins us basically every single Thursday at 2:30. He covers Memphis. He's at TigerSportsReport.com. He's at Isaac_Rivals. He literally is awesome. Works for everybody and their grandmother from Rivals, again, to the TigerSportsReport.com, and you name it, he does it. But this is something that I wanted to bring up real quick because we're about to talk Memphis football. But I wanted to remind, because I got a couple people texting in, and I don't understand it. One person texted in that says, look, I'm pulling for the Braves because my Cardinals won't be there. But I don't think they'll make it past the Dodgers, Dodgers in the World Series. If the Dodgers don't do something with that bullpen is leakier than like the cheapest diaper on planet Earth, okay? That bullpen is leaky as, what is that, a spaghetti strainer? That bullpen is weak sauce, and I hear what you're saying, and I appreciate the text. But I'm telling you right now, you're going to be surprised the additions of Shane Green, being able to move Luke Jackson back, Melanson, all that stuff, that's going to help out this Dodgers team more than you imagine. And the other thing I've been talking about, Lamar Jackson, again, I'm not putting him in a category. I'm asking you to put him in a category or tell me, is he in a category of himself? And again, for you to say, and this other person, well, Lamar Jackson, the reason he's going to run so much is because he cannot throw the football. And I am not going to sit there and tell you that he is Tom Brady, that he was the best thrower in the world. But this is a guy in his career who threw 69 touchdown passes. 69 of them, okay? When you throw 69 touchdown passes, that's pretty dang good. He also threw for 9,043 yards in his career. Not bad either. Now, we'll talk more about that because it's time to bring on Isaac Simpson. And you know Isaac. I already told y'all where y'all can find him on Twitter at Isaac_Rivals. Works for the Tiger Sports Report and Rivals, yada, yada. Isaac, what's up, my brother?
Man, what's going on, man? Busy day, man.
Oh, I know. Hey, by the way, the word today for me was squadouche. I hope your day wasn't like that, but I was saying that because, there was a lot of baseball teams who didn't do jack at the trade deadline. I want to know, Mike Norvell opens up camp. Tell me that they did something more than not do jack. Like, tell me they got to work today.
Yeah, I think they seem like they're ready to go, man. I think it's gonna be an interesting year. I think there are some questions going into this season that are gonna have to be answered. But I mean, you look at this roster. There's talent on this roster, and I think the expectations are there, and we just gotta see if they're gonna be able to live up to them because there's some lofty expectations out there for sure.
Oh, man, fall camp. Oh, I love it. I also saw you dropped in a nice little feature. I hope everybody checks some stuff like that out. But before I get back to football, I did also want to ask you this. I forgot all about it almost until I was just kind of reminded. I don't know how it hits me. Mario Goodrich, what is up with that? The Grizzlies signed him to a signed the Serbian to a multi-year deal. I'm just going to be honest with you. You got to help me and tell me a lot about this guy.
Yeah, he's on the Serbian national team. Played for Steven Nace, I think is the name of the team in the Turkish league last year. It was a pretty high league. I think might be the second highest league over there in Europe. I mean, you look at him on film, it looks great. I mean, a lot of times I know you always have to look at the level of competition coming from Europe to the NBA, but I mean, he's a guy. He's about 6'6", 6'7", about 210. Guy can really shoot it. I think he's got 47% from three over in Europe. So he's a shooter. As a guy, I think the question with these guys is always, can they come in and play NBA level defense? If he can, he's also sneaky athletic. Can get off the floor and dunk a little bit, do some other things. I think defensively is going to be the question. If he can come in and play even solid, decent defense, I think he's going to be a guy that can be in a rotation and give the Gritty some minutes.
Man, oh man, oh man. That's just this is a guy that. So what does this mean for? Is he the shooting guard? Is he going to be a backup point guard? Is he going to be a starter? What's this mean for Brooks? I mean, like if you're a this team's got a lot of pieces, man.
Yeah, they do.
Like
yeah, they got.
Wow.
Yeah, I was going to say they have a lot of guys. I mean, you look at whether it's Dylan Brooks, you got Jay Crowder, and it's going to be interesting to see how Coach Dinkins handles that because Crowder is a guy that's a veteran and kind of want to get a look at these young guys. With Crowder going to end up being the starter at 2 or the 3, it's going to be interesting to see how this thing plays out. You also got Kyle Anderson coming back. What's his role going to be? When Taylor Jenkins said this team is going to be kind of a team that likes to get up and down. That's not really Kyle Anderson doesn't really fit that mold. I've heard some things about maybe playing him a little bit at point forward, at point guard, so that could be interesting. They do have a lot of pieces, especially in the 2 and the 3, and it's going to be interesting to see how they use all these guys. Because again, Marco Guduric is there's another guy you bring in that kind of muddies things up and to see where he fits and where all these other guys fit. It's going to be interesting to see what Dylan does. I think he's been playing a lot of 3, but I think if Dylan is going to stick in the league and really be a player, I think he has to show that he can play the 2. I think he's a little bit small for the 3, and I think if he's gonna make his hay in the NBA, I think he's gonna have to do it at the shooting guard position. So I think we're gonna see him playing a lot of 2 this year. Especially, I think he played a lot of 3, but I think we're gonna see him a lot more at the shooting guard this year.
Seems like that Serbian in him could be having a little battle here in practice a lot. Looks like JT's gonna be watching a lot of stuff, man. Now I got something very, very important to ask you back to football. This kind of ticked me off. I don't like to be that guy, but I am going to be that guy. And I know a lot of fans probably feel this way. I looked at the coaches poll. By any chance, did you see it?
I actually haven't. I've been running today. I've heard people talking about it. I actually didn't get a chance to see it. Memphis did not make the top 25.
Nope.
I know that.
They
got some votes.
They got 24 votes, but Cincinnati got 25. Cincinnati got more votes. And Central Florida was in there at 18. And now I want to cry.
Yeah, I mean, Cincinnati's going to be good. I'm a believer in Cincinnati this year. I think they're going to be a tough out for those teams in the AAC, but I don't agree. I think Memphis should have more votes than them. I think Cincinnati should be right there, but I would have had Memphis, probably would have had that reverse.
With all the, go ahead, Gabe.
And, UCF, while they are ranked, 17th, they sort of have the third quarterback.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, it's very interesting to me, but I thought this was more interesting, is they're the only group of 5 team in the top 25 in the coaches poll. I think that's dumbfounding. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. But when you look at it, they just had to do a 1-on-1 with FIU. What do you think about that whole situation with UCF sort of wanting to be in the playoff and not actually doing the things to get to it?
Yeah, it's interesting. When you're in the G5, I mean, you saw a lot of people. Memphis got a lot of criticism for signing that series with Arkansas. It said Memphis shouldn't do 2-for-1s, and if you're a level of Memphis or UCF, I know UCF had a kind of a similar situation with Florida.
Yeah, 2-for-1 with Florida.
And it's a tough situation because I mean those teams aren't going to play you unless you.
I think you do it. I like it. I don't care.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I say go ahead and do it because I mean if you're not, you're just not going to have the schedule to get that kind of recognition. I mean, we've seen
it just widens the gap. It just widens the gap.
I mean, it's tough to find a solution to it. The way college athletics is set up, it's just you're at a disadvantage when you're outside the Power 5. I think it'll probably always be that way. I don't know a really good way to fix that situation, but when you have those opportunities, like I said, a lot of Tiger fans were upset that Memphis should have taken 2-1 for Arkansas. I know Arkansas is not a top tier SEC school, but I mean Arkansas is it's an SEC team, and when you play teams like that, I mean they're going to be a lot of Arkansas fans at the Liberty Bowl. I mean that's money. I mean those games, you have those rivalries. There's a lot of SEC fans in this area, and I'm all for playing the SEC team at any point. I'm against. I fight back on some of the thoughts that Tiger fans have that they shouldn't sign a 2-for-1 for Arkansas. I have no problem with that game, and I think that's what you're going to have to do if you're outside the Power 5 in order to get better teams on your schedule.
Yeah, and like you said, people talk about there's nothing you can do. Well, when you get the options and you get somebody who says they want to do a 2-for-1 with you, you deny it and you think you're above it. And that's going to do nothing except widen that gap. It just sort of makes me just beside myself because you look at some of these UCF fans, these bloggers, these media members talking about how they deserve more based on who. Like, you've played Maryland, you've played Pitt. You haven't really played these top-tier SEC, Big Ten, ACC, Pac-12, Power 5 teams.
Do you want to know one real quick that just bothered me the most? When I looked at it, the coaches poll, Penn State. Penn State doesn't have the skill positions. They don't have Barkley. We lost him a couple years ago.
McSorley's gone.
McSorley, their quarterback's gone. They were horrible without Barkley last year. They're now going to be even worse without McSorley. Their staff, their defense doesn't look very good. And if you want to be 19th in the country, I looked at their schedule. Don't you think you'd have to win 9 games to be 14th in the country? I looked at last year. Around 14th, they had 9 wins. If you look at Penn State, if you can find 9 wins, I'm gonna kiss your keister. There ain't no way they finish in 14. I think that's one team that's gonna fall really, really quick. And the other one I looked at, the Aggies are ranked 11th. Dude, they have to face Clemson, Alabama, Georgia, and LSU. That schedule is so hard. I don't know how if they somehow run that schedule, they're the best team by far, but I don't think they can run that schedule. Oh, my goodness. But this is what I was going to also ask you, though, because we've been talking about Memphis, and we're talking about all the stuff, and they didn't get – I feel like they did get kind of disrespected, and, of course, I'm that guy that gets, agitated. But I want to know, is it because of the fact that you have an undersized defensive front?
I think there's a lot of things that go into it. I think nationally, when you look at it, I think a lot of people saw where they lost Darrell Henderson and the defensive struggle. I just don't think they give them the credit that they deserve. I think, and this team has shown, and Michael Norvell and the staff have shown, when they lose guys, they find a way to find different ways to win. I mean, they've come back every year when they lost, even going back to Fuente. You lose a guy like Riley Ferguson, you lose Anthony Miller. They come back the next year and they still find a way to have success. And I see no reason why that's not going to be the case this year. But, yeah, you talk about that defensive front. I'm actually excited about this defense. I think they're going to be able to get after the quarterback this year.
It looks like they have
– lately.
Doesn't this look like a really strong linebacking core and some pretty deadgum good cornerbacks? But again, though, I love JoJo Dorsey. I was just saying, I feel like maybe the people, like the national pundits, when they look at the size, that's what they start freaking out about.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be. This defense is going to be important. I think they're going to have to be better than they've been in the past. Because again, and we talked about this a little bit last week, they don't have that home run hitter in Darrell Henderson, and I don't know if they'll be the quick strike offense, putting all the points on the board that we've seen, lighting the scoreboard up quite as much as we've seen over the last couple of years. So that defense is going to have to. I think they gave 34 points a game last year. I don't think that's going to cut it. I think they got to be a little bit better than that, because I don't know if this offense will be able to put up points quite as quickly as they've done the last couple of years. But you look at this defense. I mean, Jonathan Wilson coming back as a senior, Bryce Huff as a senior, the big year he had last year, O'Brien Goodson, returning starters. You just talked about JoJo Dorsey and this linebacker crew, man, Austin Hall, big-time player, J.J. Russell, Tim Hart, and you look at the cornerbacks, T.J. Carter, Chris Claybrooks is a guy who I'm really excited about, converted wide receiver. I think he's going to have a big year. He had a good camp, a good spring. I think this defense is going to be tremendous. I'm really excited about it, and I think some people are underrating it, but I think this defense might be actually what carries this team. I think the defense might be better than the offense, or at least on the same par. That's not something that we've seen over the last few years. It's always been the other way around.
And to your point, Chris Claybrooks got a lot of recognition from Norvell this morning, it seemed like, as far as being a improved player. But I'm going to ask you for a deep cut here, Isaac, and I'm it's a curious question for me as well. I don't know how I feel about it. But when you look at the quarterbacks of the past, you look at Paxton, year 1 to year 2, the transformation. You look at Riley, year 1 to year 2, the transformation. Are we going to see the transformation as much with Brady White?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. And being because I've never been a big Brady White guy. The word is all throughout the spring he's put on 15 pounds. Coach Norvell talked about that this morning. Put on 15 pounds. He does look better. But the thing about it is we've seen in games where he was forced to throw the ball down the field. You look at second half at Navy or against Navy where they kind of went away from the run. They struggled. And at times I think.
And the championship game was actually scary as well.
Yeah, and you look at the Wake Forest game, and I think he kind of hears these criticisms about he can't throw the ball down the field. I think he really forced some things in that game, and it wasn't really pretty there as well. And I think not having Darrell Henderson, I think they're definitely going to have to rely more on his arm this year, and that's the question. Can he be a guy that throws the ball down the field? We haven't seen it so far now. Like I said, again, in spring, they talked about him looking better. But I think in order for them to be anything close to the expectations, I mean, a lot of people say they'll be favored every game. They could go undefeated. He's gonna have to make that leap, and we saw that again with Paxton. We saw it with Riley, and it's Brady going into year 2. He's actually going to get an extra year, so he's going to be probably the starter for 2 more years. So he's going to have to make that leap in order for them to be anything close to kind of what the expectations are out there.
Yeah, and certainly that seems to be the assumption from the national media is that he will make that leap. So I mean, it's something we're going to have to watch. We're going to have to see, and I think we'll get a good feel of it first game.
Yeah, I've kind of talked about that throughout the week. That first game is going to be, I think, kind of a catalyst, and not to be so cliche about what we see for the season. I think there's a lot of questions going into this because I mean we saw so much of these big, huge 70-yard, 80-yard runs. Darrell Henderson broke off from yesterday, and we didn't have to see Brady throw the ball as much. I think this year is going to be kind of different. I think we're going to find out a whole lot about this team come August 31st out of the Liberty Bowl.
My man Isaac, TigerSportsReport.com, Rivals, and of course at Isaac_Rivals, always on Thursday right here on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM. Whatever you do, my man, have some fun out there. Enjoy, get ready for football. It's August 1st. Don't forget, there's actually the Hall of Fame game tonight. You actually can watch some real deal Holyfield football.
Definitely, man. NFL tonight, man. It's crazy, man. I can't believe it. I'm excited about that. I know NFL preseason football is not the best, but man, I'm tuned in. I'll be locked in tonight for Falcons Broncos.
Man, Isaac, be good out there, and I'll talk to you next Thursday, my man.
Man, talk to you guys next week.
And whatever y'all do, don't you dare touch that dial. We'll be right back. This is Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Search Sports 56 on Facebook and give us a like. And follow us on Twitter at Sports 56 WHBQ.
With everything happening downtown, it's great to know whatever you're going downtown to do, your choice for dinner is already made. It's 117 Prime. At 117 Union, Prime is the most centrally located fine dining destination in downtown Memphis, and make no mistake about it, whatever you're having at Prime, it is going to be fine dining. The chefs at Prime pride themselves on creating the best food you could hope for, all in the perfect location. No matter where you're going downtown, 117 Prime is an easy walk, but to make things even easier, Wednesday through Saturday, Prime offers valet service starting at 5 p.m.
Get rewarded for saving money with Walmart Family Mobile. Pick up any unlimited plan and a phone price at $49 or more, and you'll get a $50 Walmart e-gift card. That's right, $50. Plus a whole lot of savings with Walmart's lowest price unlimited plans, powered by T-Mobile's nationwide 4G LTE network. Stop by and save, only at Walmart. Walmart Family Mobile. Get everything you love about Walmart in mobile. See terms and conditions at myfamilymobile.com.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
Now, back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Here we go. On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
What up? Welcome into a Little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. I am your sports mixologist, John Harden. Other side is my men, Carl and Gabe, chilling like a villain. Now, Mike called in at 901-360-8255. Problem is, I can't take him. I got to go. Unfortunately, it's the end of my show because you know who's taking over? That's right, the men. Dave Woloshin, Brett Norsworthy. Sports time, 3 to 6. I had so much fun listening to them talk baseball yesterday. I love talking some baseball. But I have a feeling they're going to talk a little Denver and Atlanta tonight because guess what? Hall of Fame game, real deal Holyfield. Now, all they are going to laugh at me. And you can call this stealing. But you know what? Sometimes in this business, you just got to steal. And I feel like I'm stealing this one. But Brett pointed out something to me, and I don't know if he wanted me to tell him that he pointed it out, but he did point it out. He said, wow, that total in the Hall of Fame game looks kind of low, doesn't it? And you know what I said? Dadgummit, 34.5. How can it be so low, yo? And you know what that makes me think? Under. So guess what we got? We got the Hall of Fame game. That's right. And by the way, isn't it the Tom Benson Hall of Fame game now? Or am I on drugs? Maybe not. Anyway, the Hall of Fame game tonight, Canton, Ohio, Broncos, Falcons, Denver, 2.5-point favorite, total 34.5. What? We're going under, baby. We're going under, and that's the inside one pick of the day. So whatever y'all do, don't touch that dial. Remember, Brett Norsworthy and Wolo are going to drive you home, but I do have to remind you of a few things. Squidoosh was the word of the day. And the reason I said that is because addition by inactivity is basically what helped the Braves. Because the Dodgers did squidoosh. The Astros, they actually did things. The Braves, they actually did things. The Dodgers, the Yankees, the Red Sox, squidoosh. What about the whole entire? Like Minnesota's playing Miami today. It was 4-1 going in the ninth inning. I was about to smile and dance. It's 4-4 in the bottom of the ninth, and now I'm picked off, and I hope Miami beats their little butts. You morons. Under 8 looked easier than cake. And you can't even... By the way, when you walk 3 dudes and you're a coach, why are you going to leave dude in? This is something I watched happen last night, too. I'm like, dude, take him out. Take him out. Take him out. Did you see Toronto and Tampa Bay? 5-run lead last weekend. Tampa Bay lost to Toronto. They gave up 6 runs in the ninth. Some of these guys, like, I don't know what they're reading over on the sideline. I'm wondering if it's 50 Shades of Grey, because it's obviously not their analytics or all the work they're supposed to be doing, because I just don't know. Or I guess they're just worried about the managers just want to look cute in their uniforms. Oh, that drives me crazy. But you know what? Football's around the corner, and that's what I'm fired up about. We've been asking all day long. I want to talk about it tomorrow. We're going to talk about a lot of football. We're going to talk about the Big 12. We're also going to talk about some quarterbacks. I want to know who's the best quarterbacks in the NFL. What do y'all think about Lamar? Is there any chance that, is Big Ben and no Le'Veon Bell and the AFC North going to be led by a quarterback in Big Ben, or is it going to be led by John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson? Is it going to be led by, we're not even going to say Cincinnati. Or is it going to be led by Baker Mayfield? There's a lot of stuff that we can talk about. There's some really cool stuff that's going on in the National Football League. And tonight, it's kicking off 7 p.m. from Canton, Ohio, Broncos and the Falcons. I'm fired up. And again, the pick of the day is under 30 and a 4.5. Thank you to Chad Gatlin, MemphisFarmers.com, and thank you to 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. If you don't call your buddy Bill at I Buy Houses, how are you going to sell your house? Like, we had Dustin Woodard in here. I made sure I slipped Dustin. I'm like, yo, dude, 901-406-1101. You might need that someday. We had Manny in here. I'm like, dude, 901-406-1101. You might need that someday. You know why? Because men have a problem asking for help. But guess what? I'm going to tell you about the banks. They don't have a problem taking your house. So if you need something, you need it now. Call 901-406-1101. It's any house, any area, as is. Simple as that. And Bill is about as cool as they come. Call him at 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Call Bill at I Buy Houses Now. I got to go. Brett and Dave, they got to come in. Me and Carl and me and Gabe, we about to go out and party like rock stars. We're getting ready for Monday night. Well, Friday's Eve football. It's just like, it feels weird to not, I don't know. Just when I say football, I just want to, for some
It
reason,
feels weird that we can watch NFL tonight.
it's August 1st, man. We got football, dude. Even if it is like, okay, Matt Ryan, does he play?
Not a chance.
Joe Flacco?
Maybe.
It'll be interesting, but we're going to be talking about it. It's going to be so much fun. Hey, life is good. It's summertime, folks. Do me a favor. Don't touch that dial.